Okay, I forgot, Mr. President Trump, I forgot to say, ask the reports of how many dollars the USAID gave to the International Organization of Migration, to the United Nations organization, so that you will see, President Trump, that they stole thousands of millions of dollars, and to help the Venezuelan migrants, they stole, the bureaucrats of the United Nations stole the money. We have the names here. We have our foreign minister that can tell you that. Ivan Hill. We have all the names and surnames, and they stole full-handedly. The former president of Colombia stole on behalf of the Venezuelan migration. Juan Guaidó, Leopoldo López, María Corina Machado, Julio Borges, Antonio Ledesma, Carlos Paparoni, Miguel Pizarro, David Smolarsky, among others. They stole billions of dollars from the people that contributed to the USAID. They said that they were going to support the migrants.
Meanwhile, from the north to the south of Argentina, almost 150,000 hectares of forest have been affected by forest fires so far in 2025. Experts point out that the spending cuts promoted by President Javier Milei have limited the prevention and response capacity of the forces in charge of fighting the flames, prolonging the duration of several of the fires. In this sense, the flames spread in the territory due to air currents, dryness, humidity, high temperatures and lack of rain. The government of Venezuela condemned the decision of the United States authorities to designate as terrorists different organizations, including the now extinct Tren de Aragua, a criminal structure that has already been dismantled in Venezuelan territory. Through a communique, the government of Venezuela stated that the organized crime group Tren de Aragua was, at the time, used by foreign agencies such as the FBI and the DEA for terrorist and destabilizing purposes against the institutionality of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. In addition, it was used by sectors of the Venezuelan ultra-right to create chaos, destabilization and violence in the country. It also stressed that the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela informs that within the framework of the Return to the Homeland Plan, it has requested the repatriation of a group of nationals who were unjustly taken to the Guantanamo naval base. This request has been accepted and the citizens have been transferred to Honduras, from where they will be brought back by Conviasa's planes to be reunited with their families. Venezuela expresses its gratitude to President Xiomara Castro and to the Honduran leader, ex-President Manuel Zelaya, for all the collaboration provided for the rescue of these compatriots.
The migrants are not criminals. They're not bad people. They're people that migrated because of the sanctions. They're actually people of well-being, people that are working, and Venezuela has welcomed them back as a productive forces with a hug, a loving hug. Come back to our country to meet your family. Welcome. Everybody's welcome.
The Lebanese resistance, Hezbollah, and the Amal movement rejected the presence of Israeli forces in the south of the territory. The resistance groups denounced the Israeli presence in large parts of Lebanese territory and considered it an act of state terrorism that reflects the aggressive nature of the Zionist enemy. The groups stressed that the actions carried out by the occupying army are a flagrant violation of the international ceasefire agreements. They also recalled that the reconstruction of what was destroyed by the Tel Aviv regime and compensations to the affected people must be a priority for the authorities.
Country, they said, we're going to bring them back, and then afterwards they described them as members of the Tren de Aragua, and they said that they were delinquents. No, they're not criminals. They are our sons, they are our compatriots, they are people of well-being. And who are bringing them back? The revolution. The meeting with the family. That's the truth.
In Peru, over 450 families have been affected by the flooding of the Tambo and Urubamba river streams caused by heavy rains in the province of Atalaya in Ucayali. According to authorities, the overflowing rivers have also caused damage to cocoa, banana and yucca crops, as well as the disappearance of livestock. In this sense, the mayor of the province of Atalaya expressed that in the face of this collapse, he is working to provide humanitarian assistance to the affected people. He also stressed that most of the people affected are indigenous, so he expects the government to provide support in the emergency. And the President of the United States, Donald Trump, marks his first month in office with a series of executive orders. During his first 31 days in office, Trump admitted that the country is experiencing inflation, stressing that these economic indices were caused by the Joe Biden administration. In the same vein, Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders pointed out that since Trump's rise, the three richest men in the world of technology and social media have become $250 billion richer. Sanders argued that while this is happening, 60% of U.S. citizens are living paycheck to paycheck and 85 million are uninsured. Venezuela hosts the high-level workshop on popular government to foster the transformation towards the communal state. The event is led by the Executive Vice President teleSUR Rodriguez, together with the Ministers of Education Hector Rodriguez, of Communes and Social Movements Ángel Prado, of Planning Ricardo Menéndez, and the Secretary of the Federal Council of Government Leonardo Montezuma. It is aimed at civil servants from public institutions in order to optimize processes to respond to the people's power in the resolution of their requirements and needs. The initiative of President Nicolás Maduro is part of the fifth transformation of the 2025-2031 plan aimed at developing the country.
President Nicolás Maduro has already reflected extensively on where we came from and where we are heading to. When Chavez was telling us about the Gramscian contradiction of that state that does not quite die and is not quite born, and that we were in the middle of that childbirth, I could say today to Commander Chavez, Commander, we are taking giant steps in the direction and strategic guidelines that you taught us, to turn ministries into ministries of the people's power.
Okay, I forgot, Mr. President Trump, I forgot to say, ask the reports of how many dollars the USAID gave to the International Organization of Migration, to the United Nations organization, so that you will see, President Trump, that they stole thousands of millions of dollars and